Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Dark Skies Podcast, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, from the Bay to LA, all the way to San Jose, all the way to the East Coast, down to Virginia, back up to the tri-state area, back down to Florida. Can't forget Georgia, Texas, Canada, Illinois. Oh, man. We live in another strange day on this strange planet, and we're going to take a minute to talk the Mandela Effect, strange animals, and, man, what is the Mandela Effect doing to animals? So we're going to take a few seconds and, visit the animal kingdom and see what the Mandela Effect has done to them. Oh, man, it's very strange. Make yourselves comfortable. We'll be back in a few seconds. Oh, man, just when you thought the Mandela Effect couldn't get more stranger. Oh, what a day. It's Tuesday. We're here on the West Coast. It feels like the summer. Everybody here is chilling. We got the whole crew here. You know how we do on our side. And, we're talking about the Mandela Effect, and we're talking about, its effect on animals. And the animal kingdom, Things are looking kind of strange. So we got a full show. I'm your host, LC Grace. We got Mikey Knox in the building. We got Jim up and out with the sound levels. We got Jennifer and Becky. We got Charles. We got, a lot of people just all checking in. I see y'all Texas on my board. I see you Utah. Thanks for checking in today. Man, it's been a beautiful, beautiful week so far. Feels like summer here on the West Coast. This is the type of weather that we're used to, right? When the sun is up, it's blazing, it's hot. And, hey, no complaints coming from here. So, we was looking at the files and, we was getting ready for the Mandela Effect show. And Mikey was saying, man, there's a lot of animals here, man. And I had never really paid attention. So, I sat down and paid attention. I looked through the animals and, man, there's some strange animals in this world. And you think that you understand, the world until, you start to really pay attention and look. And, man, this is weird. Now, the picture we're using is what you call a tough deer. Now, I guess they call it a tough deer because, he got some pretty, sharp teeth, It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, I have a question, man.
Somebody explain that to me.
I have a question. Where did this come from? When did this happen? Now, a lot of people, think the Mandela Effect could be real. Could, may not be real. But, with this deer walking the earth, walking God's green earth, with them sharp teeth, I have to ask myself, where has this deer been? Where's it been? I mean, I've, been learning about animals ever since, I was a young lad. And I think that, an animal like this, if anybody had ever seen it, would not have, gotten past, my peripherals, because I'm always looking for, strange animals and strange creatures and, the histories and stories of strange creatures that could have existed and may have existed and may have been seen in the dark. This deer is not being seen in the dark. I mean, this is strange. I mean, how many of y'all have seen a tough deer? I mean, are they plentiful? I mean, I was in Texas, spent many years in Texas, and I never seen a tough deer, never heard of a hunter, killing a tough deer and bringing it back to town. Would have been quite a sight, you know. I would have definitely been there to, see what he had killed. Because deers don't have, fangs, as far as I know. And if you would have had me bet, like bet money, like LC, man, I bet you whatever you got in your pocket, and I'll match it. That, deers got fangs. And I was like, done. I would have lost. It's strange, man, because I like to think that, I'm a pretty knowledgeable brother. I like to think that I understand things, on a higher level. On a high enough level that I feel like, I can come here and I can talk to you about it. But man, just looking at this tough deer, it's crazy. I mean, for real, where did this creature come from? I mean, was it cloned? Was it created? Was it made? Is it a new deer? A space deer? Why does it have fangs? Does it eat other deers? Does it kill people? These deers are known for running people down and ripping their throats out.
Total lunacy.
I don't know, man. I mean, who would create a deer like this? I mean, you can't tell me that this deer has been walking the earth. I mean, when God created deer, I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't, have this in mind, This is an embarrassment. Who made this creature? I need to know. And I'm kind of curious for many reasons, Not just the fact that it's a freaking deer with fangs. But that, that is walking the earth. It has a history. People know of the deer. If I show you a picture of this deer, and you don't act surprised, that surprises me.
Total lunacy.
So you know what this is, man? You seen this? But yeah, I got one in my backyard. I mean, this is not real. And some of the other animals I got on my list is ridiculous. I mean, for real? I mean, how could this be? So I know people who hunt, down in Texas, Caldwell County. I know people that hunt. So are they hunting this? They ain't never even spoke of this. I may have went hunting with him if I knew, this was out there. A fanged deer, that can get you. I mean, come on, man. For real. I got to question stuff, man. You got to question stuff. As soon as I saw this deer, the first thing that came to my mind is,
Quick question.
where did this thing come from, man? Where did this thing come from? So I'm spending time and I'm researching it because I'm thinking like it's a photo hoax, right? It's something that somebody made and they just put some things on this deer. It's a Halloween prank, right? It's funny, right? Ha 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 ha. Y'all got me. Y'all got me. It's a joke, right? The deer don't exist. Look, he got fangs. It's a joke. But no. I mean, you can actually look it up and, and there's information on this deer. And I'm like, what's going on here? And that's, when the Mandela Effect kicks in, you start thinking like, man, I thought I understood this world until I saw this deer. And now, got me questioning reality. I mean, because for real, where's this deer? And what does it do? Now, I can give it some, jobs. I can give it some stories. I mean, if I invented this deer, I would have gave it some, some horrific stories of how it travels in packs and catch people while they're not looking and dig their claws in. Well, they don't have claws, huh? But they still have hooves. I can't see his feet. Oh man, what kind of animal is this? Hunters will have to fight them off. The new story of the hunter. Like, we wasn't hunting deers. We were defending ourselves. For real, hunters will go out to hunt rabbit, and these deer come out and kill us all. For real, man. Why would you have teeth like that if you're not a meat eater? That deer is eating meat. Is eating humans. So it's a human eating deer. Now Mike said, where did I? For real, it has sharp teeth. It has to eat meat. It's a meat eating deer. It has to be. You can't tell me that deer eats leaves and grass and and brush.
Total lunacy.
No, this deer is tearing up humans. It's ripping humans and flesh from bone with them teeth. I mean, come on. Am I wrong? I mean, I know what y'all saying. You know nothing about deers. Obviously, I don't. When I see this, before this, I would have argued that fact. I would have argued that, that statement. You say you know nothing about deers. You're a lie. I know something about deers. Then you show me this picture, and I'd be like, wow, I know nothing of deers. I know nothing about deers. I know nothing about animals. I know nothing about the world. Reality is completely mystified. I'm confused. I mean, unless this is a new creature that just came along yesterday. I mean, this deer couldn't have existed on Earth. Yes, it must have been some type of alternate dimension where this battle deer, existed, and fought and killed other creatures. And now it's here on Earth. Like a god deer. Because I'm looking at that deer like, man, y'all hit that deer with the God particle. And now that deer is like a god of deers. Because it has fangs. I mean, what other deer would stand up to that deer? I mean, I'm just speaking, in the animal world, the animal kingdom, other deer, living in the woods and, and foraging in the forest. And this deer, no, he forages not. Matter of fact, this deer looks so tough that other deer would bring him food. Other deer that don't even eat meat would bring him meat. For real. I mean, I can see it now. He just sit there and the other deer just walk up with the meat. Like, are you hungry? And I can't even tell, is this a male deer or a female deer with the fangs? Do the male deer have fangs? I mean, do they have like the horns or whatever, or they hit? I don't know. This one look like he has like a thick forehead. Like he'll bash you with his head. I mean, I don't know what they do. What are they? Oh man, I gotta research further. Please, I need help. I'm looking at this creature, and it's a monster. But there are more. And I'm going to bring them to you. So stay tuned. This is Dark Skies Podcast, completely confused by what reality is doing to our animals. God help us.